And we're back with the next part. So once again, we have this much down. We're working on the legs as of currently, and now we're going to wipe our hands before we get out some gray, which I hope I have. Yeah, I do have some left. Alright, that's good. So, yep, definitely want to wipe your hands here because it'll probably stay in the gray. Or maybe, yeah, slightly. Alright, so we're kind of going to do the feet the same way as with Fox. Kind of a long shape that is kind of thicker at the top and then gradually kind of points down. I'm just going to try and make sure I don't make him too tall because I really don't want him to be tall. That's my biggest kind of fear. But his kind of metal boot part, I don't think it's as long as Fox. I'm trying to kind of look at the artwork here, and Fox, like Falco's are really long, Fox is a little bit, and then Slippy's really short. So Peppy's more along like the lines of Slippy's, and I would say they're rather short. So we're just kind of gonna roll out a piece and then kind of use our finger, make a little indent there that we can kind of put nicely onto this area. And I would say this is a pretty good length. So just about as long as this part of his leg. It's probably what I would say. All right. This I think my toothpick conservation is pretty good because I think we'll be able to kind of attach all this stuff and I won't have run out. Maybe a bit of common sense, but when you're kind of putting toothpicks in, I would recommend that you kind of put the toothpick into the harder clay and then put that into the softer clay. Because if you kind of put it into the softer clay like you kind of just saw, as I was pushing it in, it got pushed farther into this gray piece rather than the red piece, and we didn't want that because then the gray piece is just going to fall out because there's not enough connecting it to the red piece. So, alright, so that's that. And then I know for Fox, his kind of shoes are basic. For Peppy, I think they're kind of going to be basic as well. You can't really see a lot of the detail in there. This is kind of 64 3D, and there is some detailing going on. We'll see what we can do about that. I just don't want to run out of gray too, which I think I am going to. So maybe I can't do a lot of detailing, but we're just going to kind of circle a piece, flatten it out a little bit, and then just kind of point it at one end. It's like a teardrop shape. Then we can flatten it out a little more. And then we'll use our kind of technique. And get rid of the seams. And we can do like that. It's a little flat though. So I'm just going to take some clay, put it on the top. And then just make sure there are no seams, kind of just to give it a three-dimensional look, if you can kind of tell there. Man, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that over. So maybe a better kind of solution would be to push down on the back and leave the front, aside from the bottom, kind of rounded. That'll probably look better. Yeah, that looks better. And then I'll just push it in. And I can kind of tell right now, just with the way I'm shaping this, that he's probably not going to stand. So, looks like I did jinx it. But we'll see. We'll see actually how far it goes. And there is some detailing on there. This might just best be drawn in with a toothpick. I know. I feel like it'll kind of get lost anyway. You guys can kind of see that, what I did there. And then kind of some 3 dimensions on the sides. I'll put a little bit there. So just really small circles. I'm just going to put on both sides. Kind of like that, if you can see them. So I think that's going to be the extent of his, he's in... You know when I said he was going to be in scale with Fox? Yeah, I think I lied. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up, though. I don't know why he ended up so big. I almost want to kind of push him down a little bit, because I feel like he should be. I'm going to push him down, just slightly. I think like that at least. I don't know. It was kind of just bothering me. Alright, so we're going to do that again. And, what color is this? I'm just trying to find some, like, gray. I really think I ran out of gray, and I don't think I have any more. So, it's not really gray. Alright, we'll see what we can do with this. Probably not going to have enough. But we'll do what we did before. Alright, well, aside from the color of one of his shoes, you might not be able to tell on the camera, but it's a slightly different color, but I'm just gonna have to live with it because, like I said, I don't have enough gray. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did for this first one. Yeah, that's a good size. We're just gonna attach it. Which might be too much. Toothpicks are probably recommended for his feet here. I would probably recommend using them. Some colors kind of work a lot better in terms of, you know, staying together and stuff. I guess this gray is like, it's like there's almost like there's like an air pocket in there, and it's just not sticking. So maybe I'll just kind of smudge it together and hopefully it'll kind of stay. Alright. Oh, that's pretty nice. I kind of one of those accidental postures and crap. I think we I almost forgot about something, but I realized that I can put it in now, so. Alright. Add in those little details that, again, would probably be a lot more prominent and noticeable if you were painting them, because not only will the clay sometimes look better, but just kind of in general. I like how I said that I wasn't going to have enough gray, and I ended up with a little bit extra. But anyway, just generally, I think in certain aspects, not only will it look better, but it would just be more conventional to kind of put in as, you know, if you were to paint it, because you'd kind of notice it more. However, for our sake, I guess we're okay. So we got that, and this was the part I almost forgot, was the belt, which we really don't need to have all the way across. Like, all the way around, you know. I was gonna say, that did look kind of weird. Just roll out a piece and kind of, make it actually kind of flat, because at least the artwork I'm using here, the belts are pretty flat. So you just flatten it off camera. It's kind of hard to flatten stuff on camera. So flatten it. Put it around like that. Have a little bit of white, not the stuff that we're going to use for the coat, but just a little bit of white. Make a small triangle. Put it on his belt like that, and this is where I'm going to end this part. We got Peppy pretty much done, more or less. We just have to kind of, again, work backwards unconventionally and do the coat and the arms and stuff now. But that should actually be really easy. And then we'll be good to put them in the oven and then give my final thoughts and stuff. So yeah, next part, here we come.